Okay, okay, guys, in this video, I want to talk to you about lead flow and basically how a lead goes in our system and all the way through. So I'm going to be using this section here. Uh, so basically, leads come in from our marketing channels, and we have what I would call a system. We've got the CRM, which is Podio. You know about that. Um, we have offers that we're gonna present to these people. About setting up appointments, and we have you're going to be probably setting up your own appointments mainly, but we will have inside staff do that for you. And then we have a follow-up system that if something's a warm lead or a dead lead, that goes into the follow-up system in Podio, and we remark it to those people all the time. Now, the objectives of all this is basically to squeeze out every single deal we can out of every opportunity that comes in. And there's nothing more important than follow-up leads. The follow-up leads really are a huge part of this business, because most people say, I don't want to sell now, and they go, no, 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 but no just means today. Circumstances change really fast for these people over 2, 3, 4 months, and then suddenly 6 months down the line, they're calling us desperate to sell. So it's vital that we keep in front of them in the face with a follow-up system. So I'm just going to give you an overview of a path of one lead, and the video for this is going to be there when I've finished it. So basically, this is what happens. A lead comes into our marketing system, and a VA or myself or an admin staff, because I get leads that don't come in through regular channels, go into Podio. Okay, then it's your job to, as a manager, to contact the seller, make first contact, gather as much information as you can, the seller's information, and drop into the CRM again. So you update those. What you're looking for is, or listening for, should I say, on the phone, is distress. And, basically, I'm going to go into what distress is. You ask leading questions, which are in the scripts, in the sales scripts, and then I'm going to go through the whole lead system. So basically, you're looking, there's financial distress, there's bankruptcy, foreclosure, an impending event, medical bills, things like that. So you're looking in, asking questions, and listening for this sort of these sort of problems. Then you've got circumstance distress, where they've got to relocate, there's a divorce, there's health issues, they got a property that they inherited that they're not interested in, or they're tired and shop landlords who are just sick of dealing with tenants, which we obviously get a lot of those. Then there's also physical distress, where they can't afford to repair the property's vacant, there's code violations, it's a fixer-up, and they just haven't got any money to repair the property, and they want to get out or want to move on, or there's basically a fire, smoke, and water damage. They're all physical distress. So basically, when you ask questions, that's what you're looking and listening for, and over a period of time, you'll get used to that and what to say. So then, also, once you've kind of figured that out, you want to pre-qualify these leads, and there's three options basically. So I want to start at the bottom and work up. So there's low motivation. Okay, so somebody's not really interested in, they don't care about selling the property. They're not in a rush. They might be a realtor. They might be all sorts of different people that are just, not qualified for what we're doing. What I usually do is I'll leave it up to your judgment. They either delete those leads, or I will add them to Podio, and we can use them as a follow-up. Okay, the next one is option two, is a warm lead. Now, the thing that most people don't do on warm leads is they only focus on high, well motivated leads, which is definitely good. But this part here, this middle option, warm leads, is a huge opportunity that most investors miss out on, because they never get the seller to reveal a motivation. So what we do is, to do this, is we send them an offer. So if they're warm and they're not ready to sell right now, we send them an offer and get them something official right in front of the face straight away. Okay, so I want to go into why we do this. Okay, it's basically like playing poker. Some people hold the cards close to the chest, and we've got to flush them out by submitting an offer and get them to reveal the cards and get them to reveal their motivation. Um, you know, basically what it does, it takes warm sellers and makes them to the next level hot. So, what they do is once they get that paperwork in front of them, and it makes it more real for them. So they'll do one of a few things. They can accept the offer, they might counter. So now they've gone from being warm to actually countering and negotiating on an offer straight away. Or they might just completely reject it, and you were right in the first place as they were warm, and then you just put them as a cold and put them in the follow-up system. Or you might be able to get a chance to actually set an appointment now. So that's the middle one, and that's important. And I follow up. We'll get probably 50% of your leads from this sort of thing. So obviously, then hot leads. The key, I think, is setting an appointment. If you set an appointment with them, it kind of takes them, if they've got a to-do list of 20 things and one of them is sell the house, once you've set an appointment with them, they stop looking for other people to provide a solution. So it's ideal to set an appointment. Even at this stage, if you don't go on it, just set the appointment with them. You can always call back, and what I always do is if I've got 3 or 4 appointments, I stack the appointments so that they're on top of each other. And what I do is I'll call these people 2 hours before and say, listen, are you really, really desperate to sell this? Because I've got an appointment down the street with somebody that I'm going to, I know they're going to sell, and I want to make sure that if I come out that you're definitely going to do business with me. We're going to sell this house today, That's another sales tactic, which I'll get into later on. But okay, so basically you go in on the appointment, you've set an appointment. You want to kind of pull some comps off Zillow before, or some other source that you try and, we'll put a full video in here and pulling comps. Before you go to the appointment, bring a purchase contract with you, which is in the contracts, ready, maybe pre-fill it out with their name and address and stuff on there. There's a property valuation sheet there as well that just basically gives you the information of, how many rooms, the square footage and all that. I always bring a camera and, hopefully you can take pictures and videos with that. And then I always go out early to the neighborhood, and I always call them on the way as well, just to make sure that they're going to be there, probably like 20 minutes before the appointment. And I also just wander the area and look for vacant homes and see what the neighborhood's like. Okay, so when you're on the appointment, the number one key really is to create rapport with these people and walk the property for 20 minutes, laugh and joke with them. I don't probably need to tell you guys how to do that, but I don't get into presenting the offer till I've done that. I take it it gives you a great chance to get to see the property, look at the repairs, take pictures of any repairs you need, take any pictures of nice stuff, that we can use, and just get to know these people as well. Okay, then I present the offer. We sit down in the living room, present the offer, and just say, this is what we're thinking. This is and then if they say no, and then you kind of counter, and it's up to you to do negotiating, which will be in another part of sales training. Okay, so if the offer gets signed, this is what we do next. We go home, we do update it in Podio. You upload the contract to Podio. You upload the photos to Podio and Picasa, which is a Google service, which we'll have to try and get signed up together. I've already got that. Then you will assign a contract for me, a task for me in Podio to review the contract. Maybe shoot me a text or tell me we've got something under contract. I'll verify the numbers and approve it, and then what we'll do is we'll open escrow and start the marketing. So that's kind of what I'll do. Okay, so that's if you get it signed. If you don't get it signed, this seller is still warm, and the key is to get back in touch with them pretty quick within the next 3 or 4 days, and then reconnect with them and just go over any objections. And I always try and categorize the objections into 3 or 4 different ones and eliminate objections as you're going through, and and see if you can actually renegotiate and actually to get them to sign the contract. So basically that is a lead flow of everything that we do with one lead. Now that can be repeated for every single lead that comes through, you know. So I just want you to know what actually happens with a lead so that when you're actually working in the field, you know exactly what's going to happen and go from there. All right, guys, good luck, and I'll speak to you on the next one. Thanks.